Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today, well, we're in downtown Paphos, and we're going to take you for a little drive from just outside the Alexander the Great Hotel. So that's just before we join the Paphos Promenade. We're going to go down the promenade, we're going to go up towards the Paphos Mall, we're going to go along the Tomb of the Kings Road, and we're going to take you for a little treat. We're going to go to the Duck Pond Market. Not the biggest market in the world, but a good market to have a nice little snoop and rummage around. But before we go, the girl in charge of the ship, well, she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Archie Gracilia Leboeuf.
Hello everybody! How nice to see you again and again.
And again. So stick with us, into Gear Leboeuf, and off we go. So here we go. This is the Passidonis Avenue. To our left hand side is the Annabelle Hotel. Right across to the right is the Why Not pub. We've got an opticians, we've got Maria's gift shop, we've got a coffee shop, we've got Mario's Diamonds. Luckily it's closed. To the left here you've got the Chinese Imperial Restaurant, we've got Costa Coffee, we've got La Royal Restaurant, you've got various other bits and bobs, a kiosk, a pharmacy, Pinguino's Cafe, or Penguins as I call it, and then just on the very end here you've got Tea for Two and Donna Express, and you've got the Alia All Day Lifestyle Cafe Restaurant with a great view out towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. So this is the Promenade Road. In the daytime in the summer it's open to allow access for cars and obviously deliveries and that kind of thing, and in the late afternoon it's closed. So of course this gets pretty busy, and they've understood that cars and people, well, they don't mix that well. Gracivi? You're lost for words, Gracivi Leboeuf.
I'm thinking, when I see the shops, I can't help myself. I'm thinking, what sort of jacket brand was it? Ah, it was Louis Vuitton. I remember.
There we go. As you understand, I've got a bit of a problem, a bit of a financial problem, and it's called Archie Gracilia Leboeuf. All I ever thinks about doing is spending my money. Now,
ask people if anybody wants to lend, to borrow me.
Yes, there we are. If you'd like to lend me, well, 4 or 5 million euros, that'll keep it going for a year or so. It'd be invested in a very good cause, Archie Gracilia Leboeuf. And she will buy and spend her way through all of your money, and she will make videos and tell you, thank you for this hat, thank you for that, thank you for that. Anyway, stick with us. Get to Paphos Promenade. You didn't get to understand where all the restaurants and bars are. On the corner here, we've got the harbour. There's the man Konstantinos. There's Mr. Chris. He's hanging out. There he is. He's giving us a wave, he's understood. And that is the Paphos harbour just over there, with all the big boats and the small boats and the little fishing boats, and there's even a couple of Gumbaru boats. So if you're a naughty person, they're going to find you, they'll beat you, and they may even shoot you. Now this is the wooden kiosk. So this is where officially the promenade ends and the harbour area begins. And there's a big bird up there in the sky, if you see, and it's the Ryanair big bird, Ryanair big bird, and it's bringing in around about 250 wonderful people who are going to have a great holiday indeed. There's the Ocean Vision super yacht. That's not going out today, so guess what, we're going to pop in there and have a little snoopy around on that a bit later. Now watching Gracilia Leboeuf has actually gone the wrong way, but I won't say a word to her. There's Mr. Rikos with the super glass bottom boat. There's the Paphos Sea Cruises. That's their guarding the entrance to the harbour area. That's their chance to, should we say, convince you to go on one of their boat trips. And of course they've got a lot of boats in that harbour, and they do a very good boat trip and tea. And that's the start of the restaurants, Kings being the first one on the block. We've got a bit of a traffic jam. This is the road that wiggles and waggles to the rear of the Paphos harbour. So when we get to the end of this road, Archie Gracilia Leboeuf, you're going to go into the car park and turn around, and then we're going to head out towards the Paphos Mall.
I must say, this road here is totally Sherlock Holmes. I've just realized the big hole in on the ground, on the passing way. What's going on in here?
Well, unfortunately, like in most countries in the world, the roads in Cyprus are not very good. Pop down there, Gracilia. Don't destroy the car. Here we are. We're going off-road, and then do a bit of a U-turn and go back round. There we are. So this is the big overflow car park, which is to the rear of the harbour restaurants, shall we say. There we go. Who says we don't take you on mini adventures? We do. Who says we don't bring you a bit of stupidity and a bit of fun on this channel? We do.
But only that's why people like us. Only that's why they understand that we just bring in the fun and happiness into their hearts. And what can be better, Mr. Paul?
Well, hopefully you agree with us, because we're going to continue till the day we die. We understand that some people would like us to die yesterday, but don't worry, we reckon we've got about 20 years. So we're going to flood YouTube with video after video after video after video.
Well, only the fortune knows, and the luck and the fortune, you know, in the future knows what will be. We are planning, of course, and we will try to do all our best. You watch and you wait until we change the places, and the people are gonna get more interesting and different views.
So here we are, back on track. This is the main car park in the Paphos harbour area. Holds around about 300-ish cars. So we're coming back round now, and we're back en route. That's the beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea. There again is the wood kiosk. But this time we're going to filter round to the left, and we're going to work our way up the road towards the Paphos Mall. Then onto the Tomb of the Kings Road, and then out to the Duck Pond Market, which is where, of course, we will give you a very, very goodbye indeed. So there's the Harbour restaurant on the corner there. That's operated by Mr. Tito. He's often standing outside in the evening with his white shirt and his bottle of tomato ketchup. If you've watched some of our videos, you'll understand his bottle of tomato ketchup. There's the Vape Express, and then next door to that is where the head office for the electric scooters are. So if you can't find a scooter on the hotel's road, perhaps they've all been rented out or it's coming towards the end of the season, that is where you will go, because that is their head office. Now, this piece of rubble and land over here is the temporary bus station, and as you can see, there's quite a few buses in there. That bus station is being relocated to the Tomb of the Kings Road, and of course, as we keep going on our journey I'm losing my English, on our journey today, you are going to get a glimpse at the new bus terminal. Now, along this road, you've got various travel agents and various property sellers. There's a couple of bookies to keep Dave Jono happy. There's a couple of shoe shops, there's a couple of hairdressing shops, there's a couple of hire shops. But primarily, this is the shop where if you're looking to buy a property, there's an awful lot of people looking to sell you one.
Be careful, Mr. Paul. On this road, you're normally risking to sell the house.
Well, if you'd like to buy a house in downtown Paphos, pop into one of those agents and mention that Marika and me sent you, and get them to write that down, and they will pay us a 10% commission, and we will willingly return you some of your money. Stick with us. Here we are. So we're now in what's known as there's a bit of a park area, there's catacombs, and of course that structure coming up ahead, which is overhead, is known as the Paphos Skywalk. If you go hunting through our videos and put in the search Skywalk, you're going to find us walking it the right way, the wrong way, abseiling down it, and guess what, we even opened it when it was officially open, which is very unusual for us, because normally we do things that we're not supposed to do. Now just over there is the Paphos Mall. We've gone left, and this is now the Tomb of the Kings Road. To our left we've got the Roman Hotel. On the other side we've got a Leptos development and an Aristo development full of shops and kiosks and clinics. There's a dentist to my left, and coming over here is another bunch of shops. As you can see, many restaurants, bars. So if you're in an apartment complex or a hotel complex in the Tomb of the Kings area, this is the area you'll wander around, and it's even got a McDonald's which is just coming up over here.
This street, by the way, is becoming more and more busy with the tourists, and not only the tourists.
No, it's actually a very busy road, and it's a very busy street indeed. We've done this road a few times, and I always say if you are walking on it and you want to cross this road, please be very careful. It is a dual carriageway. The speed limit is 50, but most people are doing 70 or a lot more. So please be very careful, and use the traffic lights and the zebra crossings. And again, look left, look right, and look left. Please remember the green cross code. We don't want any hassles and any troubles to come to the people that choose to watch us. So please be very careful. Receiving?
And on this street, as I remember, it was one of the very nice restaurants of Chinese one. And I think it's sort of closed. I think it's
in this next parade of shops coming up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So the restaurant she's on about, we're going to show you in a second, because just over here we've got one or two. You've got Coco's, you've got the Silicon 31, you've got McDonald's coming up there. and the Chinese restaurant is a little bit further down. And there's a parade of shops on both sides, as you can see. So there are kiosks, there are bars, there are restaurants, there are hire shops, hair salons, banks. You get the idea. Anything you want. If you are living or staying somewhere in what's called the Tomb of the Kings Road, that's the Chinese restaurant. There we are. There's the Oceans restaurant, there's the Farmhouse restaurant, the King's restaurant, medical centre. I think you're getting the idea. There are an awful lot of restaurants and an awful lot of tourist business in this area, because obviously this is where a lot of tourists stay. The beach is to our left. If you walk down for about 30 seconds, you will hit the beach. This roundabout here, this is the Tomb of the Kings roundabout. Why is it called the Tomb of the Kings roundabout? Very simply, because if you go left, you'll go into the area that is the archaeological site known as the Tomb of the Kings. Pay €250 a pop and you get to wander around. There are some catacombs, there are some structures and monuments. There's a great view over the blue Mediterranean Sea, so it's well worth $250. I would go and have a look if I was you. Receiving?
And one day we're gonna go there and see what sort of kings were buried
there. Graved.
There.
Slight confusion of English, but I love it when she says graved. We understand what she means. She often says she's going to grave me, and I understand there's a lot of people who would like to grave me, but luckily I have managed to get away with it so far, shall we say. Anyway, here we go, back to the Tomb of the Kings Avenue and the road. To our left hand side is the Venus Beach Hotel, 5-star luxury hotel. Again, if you want to watch us assault that hotel, go in the search and put Marika and me, Venus Beach, and it'll come up. Just over there you've got the little supermarket, and you've got various apartment complexes where a lot of people either own or they come out for a couple of months at a time, or where they stay as tourists. And over here you've got the Capital Coast Resort. So if anyone's thinking about staying there, you drop it in the comments, and guess what? We'll go and have a nosy around, that's for sure. Now, as Grazivia said before, the roads are absolute Sherlock Holmes. This is a Mercedes E-Class, which normally has a very comfortable ride, and as you can see, the suspension is clonking and clacking. So when you hire a little car, your little hire car that is, don't forget to bring a cushion, because your bottom's going to get sore.
And the twin brothers, if you're a man.
We're a family channel.
Very nice.
What about the bouncing of the twin sisters?
Twin sisters. Oh, it's not so painful.
Not so painful. There we are. Right. Jeremy and Simon, you've been warned. Right. Here we go. Not much further to go. You haven't got to put up with a drivel for that much longer, because we're coming to the area where we are going to show you the dismount, and then we're going to go and attack the Duck Pond Market. So if you come back for the next episode, guess what? We'll be having a rummage around the rather quaint and not too big, so we'll get a good walk around and have a good rummage around, and it's the Duck Pond Market. This is quite a nice restaurant. It's called the Alice Land Restaurant, and I think you can understand it looks straight out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Coming up here now is a very famous landmark indeed, and this is the King Elephant Hotel, a luxury 5-star hotel. It's where one of our superstars, Mr. Tom, and his family stayed, and he said he had an absolutely fabulous holiday and he can't wait to come back. And I must say that blue sea today looks absolutely fabulous.
Mr. Paul, I need a direction, please.
Keep going straight.
Yeah. I don't know in which part of the body you've got a navigation system, but I haven't.
No, we understand that.
And by the way, in the teaming where we're going,
we're going to the Duck Pond Market. Duck. Here, we're going to take a right.
All
there we go.
I
so
need the scissors.
At this kiosk, you would take a right, and that says, I don't know, does that say Souvlaki Brothers? Sulaki Brothers Constructions. There we go. So you're looking for that building, and that's where you will change.
Goodness.
And then this is the little track that takes you to the Duck Pond Market. As you can see now, there's quite a few cars parked up, because that means we have arrived. Let's get in there, Grazivia booth, and let's park up. Let's get as close as we can as possible, because we don't want to walk.
Let's go and see if we
Let's go and park over there.
find the scissors, my little scissors.
Sylvia Booth wants a pair of eyebrow scissors. So there we are. Let's park in there, Sylvia. That's a nice big space. You like big things.
Otherwise, I'll be looking like Brezhnev. Have you seen Brezhnev with eyebrows like a hair of mine?
I think our viewers are too young to remember the President Brezhnev of the USSR.
Yes. Otherwise, I will be like that. I would like to tell you many thanks for watching. Stay with us and we will be showing many other interesting things. We're loving you to bits. And stay to see another of our madnesses. Bye-bye.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. And of course, if you like what you see, hit a like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of our madness. Look at the rear end on that.
Why this
Because
one?
you push the button. One of these days she'll understand how the key fobs work. She's now opened the boot. Thanks for watching.